welcome to something completely different. Today, I just want to, say thank you for 500 subscribers. And I've been toying with, what do I do about this? Do I do something really above and beyond and try and get really creative and pull something together? Or do I just kind of bring it back to something which I think is probably more important to me, is sharing the journey with you and just kind of reflect on some of the lessons learned, some of the tips and tricks, and also some of the tools that I've been using along this journey. Because if there's anything that I would want to know if I was in someone else's shoes, you know, listening and watching this video, is, well, how did you get here? What did you do? What's the journey been like? And I want to share that with you. I think that is the best value that I can bring back to you guys as a community, but also if anyone else jumps by. And it's also very great. It's also really good to be able to reflect on the different milestones. And I actually spent a bit of time and went back and read and watched what I was saying to myself at 100, 200, 300, and it's all been very similar around, you know, why I started this in the first place. And it kind of just reminded me that, well, you know, I'm not here to make things look pretty and make things look amazing, but I'm here to share and to share my running journey, and a bit more than that as well. But you know, that really helped me really decide that this is what I wanted to give back to you guys for 500. Firstly, saying thank you, but more so these three other areas. First one being lessons learned, second being tips and tricks, and third being the tools and techniques, or probably more so tools. Let's get into it. All right, so the first thing is lessons learned, and there's a lot here, but I'm trying to keep it short and sweet so you guys can get the best bang for buck from this video. First one is, I've learned a lot of persistence, and that's what it takes. Whether you're going for 100, 10, 50, 1,000, 10,000, and beyond that, this journey and the YouTube game requires persistence. And I'm not talking about consistency, that's a whole different ball game, but actually just showing up each day, getting it done, and not just creating videos, but the stuff behind the scenes as well. And persistence, I've been doing this for a while now, and good 4 years. And if anything, it's told me that I need to keep doing it, and it's going to pay off, and it is paying off. So persistence is number one. And these aren't necessarily in any order, but they're just the things that have popped up to me that I believe are going to give you the best answer that you're looking for. Number two, consistency. So consistency, similar to persistence, is keep showing up, but continue to do what you're doing. So continue to put out content, continue to be you, continue to create, continue to have a routine. And the consistency is what makes the persistence all worth it, and will make the persistence a little easier. Because if you're creating, you're always moving forward. If you're, you know, doing this, but if you're just sitting and making excuses and complaining and you're not doing anything, that's on you. Which comes to the third point, being you, being authentic. I think that is probably the biggest thing of this entire YouTube journey, is when I reflect back, and there's been a few highs and lows, and I've tried to be like other people, I've tried to bring content like other people. It's great to get ideas, it's great to get inspiration, but if you're not being you, it will never be authentic. And I think that's, to me, has probably been part of the challenge, is really developing and finding and growing into someone, well, into myself, and someone that I want to share with you. Because this isn't a highlight reel. I don't want it to be a highlight reel. I want it to be, you know, the stuff that I'm going through, the journey I'm experiencing, and the challenges that are presented to me. And that's all part of the YouTube game. And then there's highs and lows along the way. So successes and small wins and big wins and everything in between. So do you, be bold, and just don't be shy. Which kind of leads to the other one, is self-doubt. I think that has been the biggest pitfall in this journey for myself personally, is doubting that the stuff that I do, that, you know, that people won't like my content, if the video is going to be too long, or what if they don't like this? And you know, you remove that and just get it out there. Put the consistency and persistence lens on, and remember, you know, we're all trying to create and share and build something here. So if you're doing nothing, then you've got nothing to show for it. So don't let the self-doubt build up, because there's always going to be haters that, you know, don't like what you do and won't support you, but you need to be your biggest supporter. So come on, you can do it. And I think that the last point of this is know your why. Why are you doing it? Understand that, and it will make all the things I've just said a little bit easier. Just because you have the clear intention, you have the understanding of why you're getting up and doing this, you have the understanding of, you know, why do you keep showing up? And it makes the challenge and the roller coaster a little bit easier. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, it just makes it a little easier. Right, so part number 2 is tips and tricks. This is probably my 2 cents, I guess. I've learnt a few things along the way, and this is what I would give back to people who want some tips and tricks. And the first thing being, build a community and not just a YouTube channel. So YouTube is great to be able to build a platform and have a voice, but there's a lot that goes into it. There's the comments, there's outside of YouTube video platform, there's your socials, there's people wanting to interact and collaborate and network and connect. It's about building more than just a YouTube video platform, right? You're building a community. You're trying to bring together people with like-minded, you know, hobbies, like-minded understanding, like-minded interests, and you're the center of all that. You have a big role to play and a responsibility to make people feel great when you do this. Now, people will show up regardless, but I think what I've understood now is that once you focus more on the community and giving back, that's where you'll start to understand that, okay, it's bigger than me now, and you owe it to them to help them get the content that they're looking for. That's my opinion. Identify your content and grow with it too. So I'm not saying just do exactly the same stuff. And some people do, and that's fine, but I think they've grown along the way, whether it's with the video editing, whether it's talking in front of the camera, whether it's skills, video skills, drone footage. I love my drone, but to me, I feel like I don't do a good job with it, but that's part of the journey. And I think be willing to get out of your comfort zone, because if you're feeling comfortable doing this all the time, well, 1, kudos, and 2, I like to be always growing, and I think if you're growing, you're going in the right direction. Leverage lessons from others. So I've just shared some lessons learned, but that's exactly the point, is understand what other people have done, how they've failed, what mistakes they've made, but how have they risen to where they are. Get around that stuff and absorb it, understand it, consume it, and, you know, take it on and pivot it and make it your own and get out there and do it again. Ask questions, you know, whether it's to me, to other people in the community, and then, you know, continue to expand your knowledge. Really ask the questions of, like, how did you do this? Why did you do this? Understand it, because if you don't ask, you won't know. If you don't ask, they can't answer. Now, I'm not saying people are going to give you everything you want to know, or give you everything you want to hear, but if you don't ask, you don't know. Have fun along the way. I'm a big sucker for this. Is sometimes I get so worked up on, it's not going to be good enough, that you realize you forget the journey and you forget that, well, at the end of the day, you are trying to have some fun doing this. I mean, it's a lot of hard work behind the scenes, you know, getting everything together, but do remember to try and smell the roses along the way, have some fun, and do that with other people as well. There's a lot of people in our shoes, in your shoes, exactly the same way that you're feeling. So voice that and have some fun with them while you're doing it. Routine and structure. Having some structure, a cadence in terms of the videos that you want to get out, and, you know, that's where it comes back to a bit more persistence and consistency. That will just help you ride the roller coaster a lot easier, because you've got something to fall back on. You've got something to keep you sane and focused, and I guess set on your target and your goal. These mozzies are shocking. This is just basically me dancing. And the final one is give what you can. I think a part of anything that you do in life is if you can give something to others, it's always going to go a long way. Now, don't give just to get something back, but I feel like that's part of community, that's part of sharing, and that's part of building a platform. Is I'm not building this to say, hey, look at me. I'm building it to share my journey, to document and say, hey, well, this is what I'm doing. Maybe you can learn something too. So remember to give back, to share, and that's why I'm doing this video, because 500 subs, to me, it's big. To some, it's big as well, and to others, it's probably not that big. But we're all on a timeline, we're all on a journey, and where I'm at now, people can learn from this, and people can be inspired by it too. And I'll be able to reflect on it and think, well, when I continue to grow, looking back and see, wow, this is great, and how far I've come, and that I was sharing this journey, not just the running, but the YouTube too. So that's my encouragement. All right, the final thing, tools. Number one is use your YouTube analytics. There is so much information in there. I'm still learning it, but learning when your subscribers are on, understanding where they're coming from, understand why they're clicking on your channel, and understand that, learn to interpret it and learn to leverage that information to help you grow and expand your channel, your platform, and you as a creator. Canva is a free online graphics tool, and I guess it's software. And I'm using the paid version, but it has so much ability to help you perform across your YouTube in terms of not just thumbnails, but YouTube videos as well, intros, graphics, animations. But they can help you with the socials as well, with social media, Instagram, Facebook, just helping you build content, create content. It's basically just a big library of templates and ideas and inspiration. So get on that. Linktree, I've been talking about this one in the last couple of weeks, is basically just a single clickable link that takes you to a bunch of different links. So it's literally like a tree. You climb up the branch and it shoots out. And that way I can use this as kind of like a bit of a landing link where people can click on it and then go to all the places that I want them to go, whether it's to my YouTube, to a certain video, to my landing page, to my website, to another website, to some coupon codes, or whatever it may be. It's become quite a great tool. And the pro version, which once again, yes, it costs, gives you some analytics, gives you some understanding of what people are clicking versus what people aren't. So that's another tool that has been very successful for me. Socials, don't forget to use your socials, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And I mean, I'm not on everything. Well, I am, but I'm not using it like I should. But you don't have to use everything. Find something else where you can share some of your content to expand your audience and the impressions that your content can reach, and leverage it. There's heaps. I mean, it's a whole different kind of conversation. But if you have questions around this, I use Instagram quite a lot, and there's a few things in there which other people don't know how to do, and there's a few things in there where I've had to learn from others. So if you have questions, let me know. Streamyard, now that I've done one live stream, I feel like I can share this, but Streamyard was an absolute champion of a software to use doing a first live stream. And what it enables you to do for free is just great. It can just basically out of the box, set up, ready to go. Probably took me 20 minutes to prepare, not even 15 minutes maybe, get it all set up, ready to go. And if you joined that live stream, I was overwhelmed with the success of it, and to me it was a huge win. I've set the bar high for myself, but I think that's good because I've used tools and templates, and I took the time to investigate what that meant and how to do it, which has enabled me to have that extra step forward. And I think anyone else thinking of doing a live stream, it's greatly recommended. I mean, I've only used it a couple times now, so get on it, check it out. Of course, all the links are in the description. And the final thing is notes and shareables. I think anytime I'm creating my videos and content, when I'm editing it, is I'm building content of notes along the way. So I'm building my timestamps along the way, and that would be part of the shareables I'm talking about is build your timestamps when you're editing. Understand when people would likely want to click through. Once you've created your YouTube video, you've created your description, make sure you you build some links that you can quickly share, that you can quickly copy and paste and take and share across to, whether it's Instagram, to Facebook, or to your friends and family, because then you don't have to go back into your YouTube, copy the link, share it again, pull it out, and then send it to someone. If you've got it already sitting in your notes in your phone, you can just lift and shift and it's ready to go. And what I also do is I build 5 or 6 different types of those links, saying, oh, what is it like running 30 kilometers with the link? What is it, what's my favorite, breakfast meal, find out here, kind of thing. And once again, there's small little captions and titles which you can use across different mediums, and it's all the same content, but it just attracts people from different audiences. So yeah, that's that. I mean, there's probably so much more. I've tried to think about the stuff that I think is most valuable to you right here, right now. And if you have questions, if you have things that you think I should have touched on, by all means, please let me know so I can share that. Be more than happy to. And yeah, as I said, ask questions. If you don't ask, you don't know. And the questions are good for me too, to grow. All right, once again, thank you so much for 500 subscribers. I really do appreciate it. If you've stuck around this long, not just on the platform for 500 subscribers, but in this video, I'm gonna give you some drone footage, just a little snippet. Really do appreciate you being here. And yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do the whole shebang, and hustle. Let the drone footage roll.